All right, here is the start of something new for me. I'm going into other people's homes and helping them declutter and organize their spaces, and I am so excited. Today we are at my childhood best friend's house, and I'm so thankful that she's letting me film this because I just couldn't wait to show you guys the before and after. All right, we're gonna go ahead and see what we have to work with. No, it's not terrible. This is good.
This is my closet where when people are coming over, you just shove crap in it.
Also, you recently moved here, so it's kind of just been a stuff and go catch-all room. So, but we're gonna fix that today, right? Okay. All right, so some things to keep in mind. She's a photographer, so you're gonna see a lot of photography supplies in here. She has, like I said, since moving into this home, she now does not have a photography studio quite yet. So she uses her basement space to take pictures if she's not doing, she does mostly outside pictures, but like newborn sessions and stuff like that, she'll do down here in her little family room basement area because it's got a lot of the big windows and it's nice and bright. But again, when people are here, she'll just shove things in this closet because she's having people over for pictures. And then of course this is where she's been storing her photo props and just supplies, anything she needs. She just has it in here because she does have a shed outside that she can keep her photo stuff in, but you know how it is. It's easier to throw it in here than it is to take it out there when you're in a hurry. She's also a busy mom of 3. Her husband's a farmer, and yeah, so life is just chaotic, and this is what happens, especially when you don't have a set organizational system in place. And that, I think, is her biggest struggle. Moving into this home, it was just kind of like, oh, well, I don't know what to do with this space. We're just going to throw it all in here. And so after today, we've got set homes for everything. The bins are organized and they're labeled, and she knows right where to go to get things. And we got rid of a lot of things, which is always very helpful when you're decluttering. It just makes room for everything you actually need and use. There were so many things in this closet that she did not need. Look, we already have 2 bins empty. Look at us go. Anyway, there were so many things in this closet that she was meaning to take off to the donation center or take to the resale shop, or all these different things that she just didn't take the time to actually do it or take it out to her car or whatever. So it just got left in this closet. So this was just motivation for her to get it all finally sorted and organized and take it away. And she said so many times since this session, like, I just feel so much lighter. This feels so much better. And it just, I don't know, stuff like this just makes my heart happy. You're going to see me taking a lot of loads out of this closet. It's amazing how much fit in the closet. I said that so many times. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like never ending. There's so much stuff in here. And it's a decent sized closet, but it's not near as big as what you would think with all of this. It was like the clown car. Things just kept coming out. It was quite funny. What? What is that?
So back before jump drives, you had a CD.
Are those your pictures?
My copy pictures. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Can you even, I guess you can on the computer still pull it up?
I don't think I have a disc thing in my deal.
That's crazy.
Snapchat Michelle, have no fear. I still have your family pictures from 2010.
Yeah, they're safe and sound. All right, so while Whitney was going through the bins and sorting everything, deciding what she wanted to keep and what she wanted to get rid of, my goal was just to get this closet cleaned out. I tried to go a little at a time so I wasn't overwhelming her. And you can see I cut out a whole bunch here because we've already cleaned out half of this room. But if I left every single thing in this video, it would have been hours long because we were here. We ended up doing this 2 nights, so you'll see us in different clothes here in a little bit, but we spent 2 evenings doing this for like 3 hours each evening. But anyway, my goal was to get as much out of this because you'll see the next day the guys actually come in and tear all of this wood shelving out. So this basement, this room in the basement used to be a cellar. So they had those wooden shelves, and it's like not insulated or anything like that because they used it for a cellar. And now that they're wanting to use it for a storage space, they really wanted to get it completely cleaned out, do some insulation, and then put up some new shelving that worked a little bit better for the space. So you'll see that at the end, and that's part of why this is such a huge transformation. Not only did Whitney get rid of a ton of stuff to help, you know, lighten up the space and give us more room for the things that she actually wanted and needed. But then we were able to, like I said, completely kind of redo this room and make it a whole new look and a lot more space and a lot more functional for what they need. And now it is her husband's turn to go through some stuff that we weren't sure about. He has a small amount of things in here that is like his childhood memories, and then some records, and there were like a few little random tools and signs and just work papers, lots of just random things that we needed his opinion on. So we made him come down here and help us just a little bit so that we could kind of start wrapping up the evening. But little did I know that the guys were going to then just take over, and you'll see in a little bit what they end up doing. This tote was a fun one. He's holding the glasses that they did their first toast with at their wedding, and then that was their little rings pillow for the rings that the ring bearer carried. And then this box had their ring boxes in it. Of course, they were empty, so we were able to declutter a few things out of here, but it was fun to go down memory lane and look at those things. And I was actually in Whitney and Josh's wedding. Like I said, Whitney and I have been friends since birth. Like, literally, I don't remember any part of my life without her in it. And then Josh and I actually went to school together since 5th grade. So we've got a lot of history, and Josh and my husband are now very good friends. They're really close, and it's just fun. We also have kids that are all the same ages. So we each have our oldest are boys, and they're both 12. And then we have our middle children are the exact same age. They're 9, and then our youngest are a year apart. So mine's 7 and hers is 6. And so our oldest are boys, our middle are a boy and a girl, and then our youngest are 2 girls. And the oldest 2 are in the same classes, and then the last one, the ones that are a year apart, obviously one's in kindergarten, one's 1st grade, but they go to the same schools and they're together a lot. We go to the same church, we go to the same tumbling center, so we've got our paths cross every single day of our lives. So kind of just one of those people that we just are kind of doing life together, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And just when we thought we were about done for the evening, my husband and her husband decided that they needed to just go ahead and rip this shelving unit out, which worked out great because the next day my husband was off and he actually came over and did all of the insulation. And then Josh was able to put the shelving in here. So then the night after this, so this is our second night. You can see I've changed my clothes. So this is the second night. So my husband's already put the drywall in and Josh has put the new shelving in. And now I'm back to start actually organizing everything and putting it back into the closet. So this is the exciting part. My videos do get a little out of order here, so you'll actually see me putting things in the closet in a little bit, and then you'll see the empty closet. So it's a little bit backwards, but I couldn't get it fixed. It was not working, so I just said forget it, you'll understand. But here we are, just kind of sorting things and going through everything one last time to make sure we've got them in the correct bins before we start putting everything back. All right, in a minute, you'll see the room completely empty because, like I said, I got the videos all backwards. This is a treasure that Whitney found. It was a picture of me and her and our oldest boys when they were babies. And anyway, so we are just starting my favorite part, which is putting everything back where it belongs, making it not only look better, but just making it functional, putting things where they make sense, labeling them, and making it easy to get to each thing that we're putting away. And like I said, this is my favorite part because it just kind of all comes together and all of your hard work is kind of worth it at the end. This is where we show you all of the blank space, which turned out so good. Remember before you couldn't even hardly open the door. So this is all completely emptied out. We decluttered, I would say, at least half of what was in this room, if not more than half. And it's so much nicer now. And she's said so many times how free she feels. She just feels like the weight is lifted, and that is always the goal. Being a photographer, obviously she has a lot of pictures of her and her family. These are mostly canvases, and she does order a lot of canvases because she uses them as examples for her customers to choose like what size and kind of shape and what they're kind of thinking. So in that regard, she has a ton of canvases. So we're trying to figure out how to best store them to where they'll just stay nice until she decides which one she wants to hang up in her home. Most of these will probably be stored for, I don't want to say forever, but probably just because her family has grown throughout the years, and these are pretty old canvases. So we are just storing most of them for now. I'm going to go ahead and label all of these bins and get everything put back. You know, you're getting to the finish line when I start labeling things, which is always a great feeling. But then we decided we were not quite done yet. We were going to go ahead and clean out the basement stairs closet. So like the closet that's under the stairs. She said that like a lot of these things she just threw in there when they moved. It was toys that she just kind of wasn't sure what to do with. So we ended up going through all of this and making this completely empty so that we could store things that are like older memory keepsake items. So things that she's not going to need to access, the kids' old baby clothes and their old baby quilts and just random things like that. Their personal old memory things, her box of trophies that she couldn't part with, and just things like that they do not need to access on a regular basis, but they don't want to get rid of. We shoved to the back of this closet. We labeled everything so that she would know what each thing was, and it worked out so nice. And then we left the front of the closet open for the toys. So we do want to come back and do some more toy organization, but for now we just decluttered some, and then the ones that we are keeping, we kind of separated. We kind of slightly organized them and to be able to put them back in. Some of the things we put back in the girls' bedrooms, which are down here as well. But one day I would like to come back and do like a cube organization system where all the toys are actually organized and kept in certain places so they're easy to access, and then use the under the stair storage more for her photography storage. I think that would work out a lot better, so she kind of has a place to store stuff inside and not having to run out to the garage. We're about finished with today's video. At the end, I will show you the end result of the closet, but I caught the kids out here on the trampoline having the best time. They all play together so well, and I love it so much. They're all like brothers and sisters, and they have so much fun together, and I love that they're getting to make all of these memories together as children, and will grow up to just be just as close as me and Whitney are, I hope. But this is the ending of today's video. Here is the last and final look. Remember what it looked like before? It was completely full of stuff, so this is extremely impressive, I think. If you liked today's video, make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and you can catch the next one. I hope to do a lot more decluttering and organizing at my home and others as well.